to another stream. Should be multi-streaming here, so we are live on both YouTube and Twitch. Yeah. So today we're going to be taking a look at some more of the debugging stuff that I did in the last stream, and we're going to be finishing up Python. I think I got that mostly solved and figured out now. Again, I am on Twitch. We're going to be answering questions, so if you show up here, how's it going upside down? If you show up in the Twitch chat or the YouTube chat, I'll be able to talk to you guys from either one. What else? Yeah, so let me go through a couple things, and then I'm going to talk about setting it up for Python, setting up debugging for Python. And then we might finish out JavaScript too, so that I have 5, so that I can make that video that I want to make on it. And then after that, we'll do probably this color. I'm going to probably rewrite this color scheme thing here, just because I think it'll be easier if we use like a simpler version of this color scheme. I don't know. Maybe it will be. Maybe it won't. How's it going, Singularis? What's up? I'm currently in math class taking derivatives again. Have fun with that. Anyway, created 2 new pull requests for LaTeX ID and TypeScript JavaScript ID. Could you check them out? Yes, I will check them out. And maybe I'll get to use some of the TypeScript and JavaScript stuff there. How's it going? I am BLC. I know a few people too had some questions, and I'll try to answer those, like config questions, and I'll try to answer those after doing some of this stuff. Or in case I get bored of doing some of this stuff, I'll be able to do that. Alright, so LunarVim.org, you can check it out. Lots of stuff is happening with the site. It's very handsome now. Go to the docs. We're rewriting some of the docs, so be patient with us as we update things for LunarVim 2.0, which is, in my opinion, much better than LunarVim 1.0. There's also chris@machine.com. Is it .com? Yeah. Links to all my socials. You can join the Discord if you're interested in all the stuff we're doing in these streams. You have questions afterwards or whatever. I'm pretty active in the Discord. We have a pretty active Discord and Matrix space here, so and the Matrix space is growing pretty well. And yeah, so there's a good amount of people too here in the space here too. So yeah, I guess he posted my stuff from there to there. But yeah, so I post when I go live here too, so this is a good place to ask questions and stuff like that. Also, thank you to all my sponsors over on GitHub. You guys are great. Also, thank you to all my Patreon sponsors too. I don't have my Patreon page up right now, but yeah, so thank you to all you guys. You guys are great. We finished out Hacktoberfest, so we're still doing it for the rest of October, so any PRs that you guys want to make in the LunarVim org, you can make them in the LunarVim org, and we'll count them as Hacktoberfest accepted. Speaking of the LunarVim organization, this is the LunarVim organization. We're going to be taking a look at the starter.lvim stuff to set up debugging. There's also the website here. If you want to get in and post a blog or something like that, you can put a pull request out, and you can add a blog to the website. So if we go over here, we just have one up now. Now I'm going to be adding them here in the future. I assume this will pick up when I actually make all the videos that I'm going to make on LunarVim. But yeah, so if you want to make one now, you can go for it. Any new features, something like that, you can do that there. Also, obviously, I'm on YouTube and I'm on Twitch now, so you can go to twitch.tv/chris@machine, and you'll find my Twitch stuff there. And yeah, so we're doing that. I'm trying to get to 300 followers. I have 299. I'm one short. So anyway, all right, so we should be good to go. I'm going to just talk to you guys for a second, and then we'll get started. Install Copilot auth. Doesn't seem to fire until I do Copilot suggestions. Which LunarVim are you using? Are you using 1 or 2, or are you using what's on rolling? If you're using what's on rolling, it'll be fine. Yeah. You're using rolling, and you're using 9. That should just work then. Let me show you. I don't know what you might be doing differently, but let's see here. So yeah, oh yeah, we also solved the Python thing with the pyrite thing. So we'll use this Python situation here to show that really fast. So I set up a pyrite config.json, and then I just added an extra path there. So now when I go to the test and I go down to this guy here, now I don't have to relatively import this anymore. And then I just, I didn't use star. But yeah, if like, you just have to wait a couple seconds, and then the Copilot stuff should just pop up. with my config. I'm not doing anything special outside of what's in the plugin thing. So if you're on rolling and you're doing this, I can't imagine why. And the little icon should show up down there in the corner. You should also see that little guy down there next to the language server stuff. Yeah, this looks like pretty much all my stuff. Icons there, but nothing showing up here. What language are you doing? Right. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get this question at some point again. How to remap escape in insert mode? I don't know. Who does that? I don't know. I don't have any PHP, so I can't really test it out. Maybe try testing it out with a different language or something like that. If he's down there and it's all set up, I mean, he definitely should be providing some stuff. What a pity my English is bad. I can't enjoy the live much. Yeah, that's a shame. All right, so really quick, let's do this. You'll notice up here what's happening is Flake 8 is telling us it wants 2 lines. So if we do a space LF, it'll format for us. There we go. All right, we're going to do a couple tests here, and we're going to show that it's all working now, and we're good to go. So we're going to do space DT and space DT and space DT. And so not only am I able to do this, but I'm also able to, do this. So let's do space DM. And now we're debugging this method. I don't know, they call it method. You call it, I guess it is a method in this case, right? Because it belongs to this test class situation. But anyway, so now you can just come down here. You can press this button, press this button, press this button. There you go. One passed, you're good to go. And you know what? I don't remember it having this nice output before, but now it has this nice output. And I don't know why that is, but it has this good output now, which is very good. So we can test individual tests. We can do individual test cases. So I do space DM for this one. There you go. It just ran that one test. If I do space D, and then I think I can run all of the tests. Well, let me get my bug points or breakpoints out of here. Space DT, T. 1 second. I gotta answer someone. Okay, we're back. DT, and now if I do space D, and what do we got here? Debug test. I think that would be the entire test class if I do capital T. Oh wait, that's for Go. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know why the Go one ran. Space. We're gonna have to look into changing that. But we did that one for method. Do we have one for the class? Is it something in there? Maybe if I just do C, it'll say launch file, attach remote. Run doc test and file. I don't know, launch file. No, because it just goes all the way from the top. So yeah, never mind. So I'll probably just do the method thing. I know there's a way to test the class in here. I just don't know what it is off the top of my head. And I don't know why the Go thing is firing. So we're going to have to take a look at that. Go. So this is go.lua, which is in the FT plugin file, which I assume would only run if well, this isn't even for this. It's got to be running somewhere else. It's got to be happening inside of here, potentially. There it is. There's the culprit. Now this is doing require dap go debug tests. We could probably take all this dap shit and put it in. We could probably take a lot of this stuff and put it in that file, but you know what? It should have already been loaded. This is just a string in there, so we could probably do that. Well, yeah, I think we should be good there. So we'll come up here and we'll just pop that in there, and that way we won't have that problem anymore. Yes, that should be fine. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it actually works as you show. The suggestions get put in the window, kind of used to how it was in the PHP store and was displayed line by line. You can get that too. You can get that too. Let me show you really fast with Copilot if you want that set up. If you do copilot.lua. So one way that I use it now is I'll do something like this. So I like that it's in the suggestions personally, because let me show you. Like if I go here, right, and then we just go down. I don't know, def, right, all right. So I like that it's here because like I can just see like what he's gonna do there, right? So you can just press like enter and then. You know, he'll do. Sometimes it'll be more lines than that. We can also do Copilot panel, right? And you can get a few different things that he sees here. You just like copy and paste it out of here and put it up there, right? So that's like him finishing out this method or something like that, you know. Or doing more in the method. So you can use the panel for that, but also you can get it the other way that you expect it to work too. You just got to go to copilot.lua and then you got to look up how to set it up with a few different things. Suggestions, enable auto triggers false. There's a way to do this. It's in here somewhere. I don't have it set up like that. I kind of like it just being in my suggestions. But you can accept it with these key maps here when you do it like that. And you can do something. I don't know exactly where it is. There's a thing somewhere. I don't know exactly where it is, but you can find it. And yeah. Matrix Link is wrong. I don't know how to do this Matrix Link thing better. I was just watching your last live to help me calm down before my interview. I just got to the part where you apparently a moonlighting. Yeah. Nah. Well, I'm not trying to get banned, so we believe boomers went to space. Fine, have a look there. I will try, but I will try it this way. Now I kind of like it. Yeah, I like it this way too. I've tried it. I think it works. Other people have tried it. They said it works. Some other people have tried it. They say it doesn't work. So I have no idea. No problem, Lamvis. So, oh, we hit 300 followers on Twitch. Nice. Okay. Well, we're finally getting somewhere. So I want to get to 1,000 followers on Twitch. That would be good. All right, now let's close out of this. Am I in this? Yeah. Let's. I guess. What is the file type on this? Python? Oh, that's weird. Now, let me go and look at the, really quick, let me go and look at, Python, an FT plugin, and there is DF for test a class. Okay, so that's what we're going to do with that. Let's do, this, and then we'll go back to the test, and we'll go back in here, make it nice and big. Jump down here, space. No, we don't need to do any of that. We're going to do space DF. Okay, see? Yeah, that worked. So 6 tests passed. We have six tests. I don't know why I can't say 6 tests, but yeah. Anyway, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So every single test was run there, and then again, like I said, we can test them individually with space DM. And there you go, that test passed. All right. So this is getting pretty seamless now. There's not a lot of hiccups anymore. There's not too much pain with this, which is kind of nice, especially because I have it set up now with 4 languages, and we're going to try and do JavaScript in this stream. And then when we get JavaScript done, I don't know what we're going to do after that. We'll probably do the color scheme after that. Once one of these is like confirmed works, I'm going to like paste it everywhere. Boomers getting to space is apparently quite the event, or so I've heard. Yeah, I heard it was quite the event as well. Define key maps based on file type is more efficient, intelligent than checking through LSP server. Define key maps based on file type is more efficient, intelligent than checking through LSP server? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean by that. What issue? I know, other people have said that it works, so I don't know. Alright, so we are done now with Python. Thank God. Python was a huge pain in the ass to fully understand, and I think we're good with that now. So now we have the Java one, which has got some weird path problems, so I didn't put it in this directory here. But we got the Java one, we got Python, we got Rust. This is another Python one that I'm actually going to get rid of. RF Python some test, yeah. And then we got Go. So we got Java, Python, Rust, and Go done, and they work. Now we're gonna look to do JavaScript. Redirects me Matrix, at least. I don't have an account. Well, I mean, I think maybe that probably is fine. All right, now someone told me, I think Singularis said link is no longer supported. Weird. Singularis said that we have some updates for starter.lvim, so we're going to go take a look at that. All right. Now, LaTeX I don't know shit about, so. One file change, that's good to hear. Format on save is false. I think that's false by default, so it's not that big of a deal, but I guess you can put it there just in case they want to do it. LSP diagnostics virtual text is equal to false. Yeah, I mean, that's, either way. I guess that's good to have there just in case they want to change it again. Maybe I don't know if we need them for React too, but yeah. Now, what do we got for that? And we got this, okay. Now for this, I think we should use that TypeScript.envim plugin that exists. But let's get something going for this. We might as well just kind of do the whole situation. So we'll just set up the entire TypeScript and JavaScript IDE. The majority of the stream on class, it's okay. For example, the test method key map could be based on the current buffer if there's a similar functionality for other languages. It's hard because there's usually different method signatures and ways of doing it. There's no common interface for that right now. Now, there might be a common interface if we use something like NeoTest, but there's no common interface for that. So, like, for instance, if I go over here and I go to, like, Python and the FT plugin, and you look at how I'm testing the method, I'm doing Lua require dat Python test method, right? And then if you go to, I don't know, for instance, Rust, there's no real concept of that. I just do, and there might be, I just don't know of it. But I do, for this, I just use it via CodeLens, and then in go.lua, you can see this one here, you use dap-go to debug the test. So there's no... Right now, there's no common interface to do testing and stuff like that. It's just not enough people are really... This is not where we're at in NeoVim world right now. This is all kind of on the peripheral of, like, most people are not debugging tests. Most people don't know you can do this. They certainly don't think you can debug test by test. You know what I mean? Most people have no idea that that's a thing that even exists, even in the slightest, right? And we're going to try to raise a little awareness to that, so that's the idea at least. For the LaTeX, trust me, I use it to take notes, assignments, resume, etc. I've been using it about 2.5 years. Awesome. Okay. Well, I trust you. Yeah, I'm not a big LaTeX person, so LaTeX, LaTeX, whatever it is. Yeah, no problem, Erlen. Hopefully that clears things up as to why I'm doing things the way I am, and there's a method to the madness here. All right, so let's create one called... I hate that I have to, like, call it, like, JS-TS or something like that. I just want to call it, like... What could I just call it, like, ES6? Or maybe that wouldn't be good enough. What's the encompassing family name for JavaScript, TypeScript, JavaScript React, TypeScript React? Like, is there a name for all of them together? They should know. Let's tell them. Who's they, and what are we going to tell them? Web languages? Not really, though, because PHP I don't really put in that world. Neither would I put, like, Elixir or, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying, like, that's... for way too long, debugging single tests has flown under my radar. Thanks for educating me, Mr. Abish. No problem, yeah. Yeah, we're going to get this working in most languages, so it's just, like... At least the majority of people are debugging and testing things in or whatever. So, yeah. But yeah, web languages I think is too broad because there's things like PHP, Elixir, so on and so forth. Tell them about the debugging by test. Okay, fine, but who... oh, you mean like them? Like all the people? Yeah, well, we're going to try and tell as many people watch, but we only have 6 viewers on Twitch. And JS family? Yeah, we can call it JS-like. Yeah. I don't know. JSTS kind of sucks in my mind. I think I'm just going to call it Java. Well, no, because then I got to like call... I still have to create the FT plugin for that. I guess we'll just do it the way we've been doing it. I just hate this, JSTS.lua. Alright, whatever. So let's grab all of this nonsense here, and then we'll paste it here. And okay, maybe we won't. Come on. This should work. Control C. P. There we go. Now we're going to get rid of format on save and this, because that's stuff I already have. LunarVim builds administration, you know, I already got that, so I don't care about that. Now, this is where we're going to pull in a plugin called TypeScript.mvim. TypeScript.mvim. And it's going to be like that JDTLS.mvim type situation. I don't know if it does something special with tests. Maybe it does. Now, this one's in public archive. There's a newer one somewhere. I just have to figure out where the hell it is. But I don't know where the hell it is. What's it called? Does anyone know what it's called? Oh, you know what? I think I have it in my plugins section. Plugins, like at the bottom here. Yeah, this one. I did GX, but of course it opens in a different browser. I think this is it. So we're going to use TypeScript.mvim, and it's hopefully... Oh, look at that. Say we have... Oh, wait, no, that's a different kind of debugging. Now, this is... I don't know what this provides, but we're going to take a look and see if it does something special more than what TS Server does. And that's my hope. The guy working on this is the guy who made Null LS, so I trust that he has a plan. And so we'll take a look at this, and hopefully we'll get some extra special stuff. Do you actually think like, let's grab all the nonsense here when you're working by yourself? Yes, I do. That's exactly how I think. I regularly, I don't know. I don't like, how do you think about code? I hate code now at this point. What window manager am I using? It's well, you gotta look over here. If you were in the YouTube chat, it's a compositor called Hyperland. It's for Wayland. But yes, I mean, obviously, like, I definitely am thinking that because because when I'm streaming, I'm saying everything that's immediately on my mind. So anyway, let's grab this thing. Where is it? There we go. So if you want to hear what my brain's like, just keep listening. Go like this, and where we'll put that there. Like that. Save that. Save this. We got the JSTS guy. We're gonna come down to. I hate that I can't go up. I have to set that back up right. In LSP and in it, and then we're gonna go and put that here. So there, and we'll do JS dash TS like that. And we'll see what happens. Well, this is all going to change. Well, we'll probably keep the ESLint stuff. Even though, I mean, we should probably turn it on, like, because JavaScript React and TypeScript React are also other file types, so we should probably turn them on for those file types as well, but I don't think I'm going to worry too much about the linter. Probably too young and green behind the ears. Oh, you still like writing code? Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'm like that old though. Like, I mean, I might be a boomer at this point, right? So like, I'm in my late 20s, and I've been programming professionally for 4 years. So I guess I'm old, in the tech industry. Let's see. Now I think what I'm gonna do is, just for the hell of it, I'm gonna put, because I'm probably gonna keep this like this. So I'm gonna do JavaScript React, and then we're gonna do TypeScript React, and that's for Prettier. Now we can use Prettier D, which is faster. I don't know why the hell it's faster, but apparently it's faster. And then for linter, I don't really care. It's just, it gets in my way. I only use a linter if other people are using a linter. Here go the dogs. Now with this TS server, I'm assuming he's going to have a specific way for setting up the TypeScript language server. 23 and Gen Z people call me boomer, so yeah, you probably are. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, 23 is just about when I was starting to feel old. And now that I'm 27, dude, yeah, life's basically over at this point. I've already done all I'm ever going to do. What is this? You're going to have to explain yourself on this one. I think you've got bugs here. Because there's no way that we're starting up TS server with Clang D. That's my guess anyway. You must have copy-pasted a little too hard here. So let's read. I sometimes do a good job of reading, and sometimes I do a poor job of reading, but we're going to try to read through everything here. 16. Nah, being 16, that's when you're cringe. Let's see. Hyperland? Yeah, Hyperland. 16, I was having fun. I didn't even know how to code at 16 years old. I didn't even know coding was a thing. I didn't care. I didn't even know college was a thing. I wish I would have still not known. A minimal TypeScript language server integration plugin to set up the language server. Okay, so they're going to do that for us. And add commands for convenience. Written in TypeScript and transpiled to Lua with some TypeScript to Lua transpiler. This plugin is in beta status. It's stable enough for daily use, but breaking changes are possible. Okay. Well, it's fine. Everybody's in beta status at all times anymore. I mean, the world is... all software is, like, consistently in beta status. That's why I'm just, like... I just say shit just isn't in beta now. I just don't care. Like, if people are using it and I put it out and I'm just like, yeah, it's alright. Like, I use it at work, then I'm like, it's no longer in beta. It's out. It's 1.0. I don't care. I'm not falling into that rabbit hole. My imposter syndrome flare up. Well, I mean... You got to think that there's been throughout years and years and years, there's been kids who learned to code at like 8 years old or 13 years old. No, I'm definitely not going to ask them that. And I can't, what am I going to do? Put like a million, all the ages, all the way, I'm going to put like 60 something options. But anyway, you could be 16 now and be on top of your shit, right? But then you might not ever really get anywhere with anything. There's been people who just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start writing code at like 30, and then for the next 8 years they absolutely crush and they become like a big streamer with like a million subs or something. Like what's the guy's name? Brad Traversy, right? So like Brad Traversy is a guy who started like later in his life and he has like millions of subs and is extremely successful. And there's 13-year-old kids right now who know how to code really well, and they'll never, ever, ever experience the success that Brad Traversy has, for instance, right? So age is nice, but it's nice to have on your side, but it's only potential, and you're probably, but like if you're like most people, you're going to waste it all. Let's see. So now we're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this. Well, we're going to keep a couple things here. We got the on-attaching capabilities. We're going to need to keep that shit. Let's just go under here and grab this. Oh, let me use the copy button. So require TypeScript.setup disable commands prevent the plugin from creating Vim commands. No, I want the Vim commands. Okay. Enable debugging logging for commands. No. Go to source definition, fallback true, fallback to standard. Okay. And then we're going to set up the on attach, on init, and the capabilities. So let's do that. Let's put them there. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's toss all of this, and let's format, and there we go. Trolling, but it's actual term for people feeling like they don't belong in the industry, really common in IT. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of imposter syndrome in IT and in computer science and stuff. But I would say just don't have it and don't give a shit. Like, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Like, if the more you focus on that, the more that you're just going to focus on that, and then you just get an endless feedback loop of imposter syndrome and focusing on that. So you just get the hell out of tutorial hell and get out of imposter syndrome world. And the thing that I've learned after 4 years in the actual industry is just I don't give a shit anymore, and I ask the stupid questions, and I show everybody immediately how stupid I am, and I don't care, because it saves me from, like, being stuck in my head all day and worried, like, oh man, like, they're not going to think I'm smart or something stupid, you know? And so if I lead with, like, I'm stupid, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, then I set extremely low expectations. So if I like look better, like, then people are impressed. If you have require lspconfig.setup anywhere in your config, make sure to remove it. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we already did that. I think we did that. Did we do that? That's what this does. Yeah. Commands. So we got commands here. Plugin exposes Vim commands as well as a Lua API. Vim commands are buffer local, so you'll have to access them once TS server has attached. The following commands are async by default, but you can make them run synchronously by adding a exclamation point to the Vim commands or passing sync equals true to the Lua commands. Okay, so these are all the different ones expressed in Lua and expressed in Vim language stuff. All right, so let's just put them here, and then we'll go from there. We'll put them under the C which key bindings in all the languages that we're gonna have to do. Do you have a solution like that for depression? I just don't have it, bro. No, just force yourself to do other shit. That's what I would do. Like, just like, even if you're so depressed, like, you just shouldn't care, so you should just go for like a run anyway or go do something else. Obviously I'm not a psychologist, so I can't really help with that. Could someone explain what imposter syndrome is? I have an idea, but I'm not. It just means, like, you're in the industry and you're worried that you are not as smart as your peers or as capable as your peers. That's what it means. At your age, because you have an advanced understanding of computer science and stuff like that, you're not going to have it quite yet. But even at your age, trust me, you'll be surprised how quickly some people can catch up to you. And they just, for instance, let me give you. Now you're early. Let me give you an idea here. I had a 1.7 GPA in high school. I failed all my math classes. I had to take remedial math in college when I started college, right? So, like, I had not a clue. And I took an extra year to finish college because I started so far behind, because I basically failed high school I got through because of No Child Left Behind. So, or something like that, I think. I mean, there's no good reason I should have passed college. Or not college, high school I meant. So no good reason I should have passed high school. But then I went and took shit seriously, and then I am probably more successful than most of the people I went to high school with, you know? So, and that's no dig at them, but it's just like, you can see, like, in 4 years, you can just get your shit together at any point. So imposter syndrome, it's only there because, like, just ignore it. Just crush for like 4 years. You won't have it anymore. And just immediately get extreme humility. Just admit that you don't know anything, and it really helps. And if anyone's like mean, they suck. You don't suck. All right, so here's the next one. And I don't know what this source and target is here. This command is always asynchronous. Vim command will always operate on the current buffer and prompt for a rename target. When the Lua version requires specifying the full path to a source and target. Alright, how do we get that, though? Like, here it prompts. This one doesn't prompt? How would I get source and target? Does anyone know how I would get source and target? Yeah, I really thought I was a hot genius shit before I went to college. Turned out to be a real reality check. Yeah, see, I went into college knowing I was an idiot, so I didn't care. I was just like, I'm glad to be here. I did electrical engineering, finished all the way up to differential equations and stuff, you know. And I was surprised that I went that far. So, I don't know, man. It's just, you just got to do it. I wouldn't be worried about it. Imposter syndrome is such a waste of time to even be thinking like that. There's no point. This command is always synchronous. I don't get, where the hell does source and target come from? If I run this, I'm going to run with source and target, and it's not going to know. It's not going to have context as to what those parameters are as far as I can tell, but it looks like this one, it doesn't care, but the Vim command will prompt for a rename target, while the Lua version... Yeah, well, what am I going to do? Type that in every single time? I don't know. Inlay hints, waiting on upstream support. Well, we already kind of have that. Anything that's... Oh, yeah, well, that's fine. So it looks like we're pretty far down, but it looks like maybe we should just be using the Vim ones. Like, while those ones are fine, this confuses the shit out of me. I don't understand how I would get source and target at any particular time. How do we get back to the point where you need to install a separate plugin for each language? Isn't LSP and DAP supposed to fix exactly that? Generalize setup and deduplicate your config. Yeah, so the thing is, while LunarVim will work, like for instance, LunarVim right now will work out of the box with TS Server, right? But plug it, okay. There is a command that I can run that I wish I would have saved to something. All right, really quick. If we do lua vim.lsp.get active clients, and then, wait, let me go and put an equals guy over here. And then if we do, I don't know, 1, right? You can come down here and you can start to see that there are code actions and different things, and just there's a lot of different stuff that you can pass to a particular language server, right? And there is there are, I don't know if it's under capabilities or like things like semantic tokens is one, and I think the stuff I'm thinking about in this case is where the hell am I? Okay. If we go take a look at the code action, I think it would be like this kind of stuff. Like the refactor extract, refactor inline, all this kind of stuff, right? So, for instance, if I do like refactor, like that's not a command. So how do I do like a refactor inline? Like I don't have a code action available or whatever. This is the way I'm thinking about it, at least, right? And so what this thing does is it gives, like, it's kind of like how Rust Tools or MVim JDTLS does like extra stuff for you. So like actually if we go in here, maybe we could just take a look at some of the stuff. Shit, it's transpiled, so I don't necessarily know what the hell happens when it's transpiled, but whatever. If it was written in Lua, then maybe I could do a better job parsing what's actually happening. This might be actually what the transpilation. It is. It's got to be. So this is the TypeScript transpiled into Lua, and where are the commands? We have some Vim commands, I bet. So if we go into somewhere, I don't know where it would be. Let me take a look around here. No, I think it would be there. I think it would be in here. There's got to be commands in here. Maybe they're like mapped to actual commands at the bottom or something. I'm looking for, oh, here we go. Yeah. So there's different actions we can do, like things like add missing imports, organize imports, fixing everything, remove unused, a better way to go to source definition, which I don't fully understand, but I know he knows probably what he's talking about here. And that stuff's built into the language server, but you, with NeoVim, you get a really bare bones experience with the language server. And then there's a little bit of extra massaging you can do on top to really squeeze out all the power that a language server provides. So when we use something like Rust tools, or we use something like this, for instance, if I save this really fast, if I do this, what are we complaining about? I know what we're complaining about. 1 second. Just leave me alone. Bastard. Okay, see, like this. And I did Q again. I can't type. I don't know what it is. My fingers are like off home row. Save this. Okay, install the damn stupid thing. What's the problem? Oh, you know what? Probably I'm doing something silly inside that file. But hopefully it won't persist. If I go to like colorgen.mvim, and then if I go to args, it doesn't matter. Main. Okay. Yeah, okay. Just some of my plugins aren't loading. And maybe the Rust one isn't loading, so yeah, okay. So you see all these things like Rust code actions, debuggables, disabling the inlay hints, enabling the inlay hints, like they do a special thing with hover actions too. So for instance, if you come over here and we do like a hover action on top of this, I can jump in here and I can press enter, so I can go to error. You know what I mean? Now I'm having a problem because my config's broken right now because of that stupid thing. But you can see that it's doing extra stuff. So, you know, it is what it is. Thank you very much, Upside Down. And yeah, that's awesome. We're getting 1 membership almost per day from this guy. Let's see. So hopefully that helps somewhat. Shouldn't all of those things go into refactor menu, GUI code actions now? I don't know. I guess not. I don't know. There's extra things. That's all I know. Instead of using default. Well, that's why I try to put them under default hotkeys. So, I don't know. Now, I know in the future I'll be able to do other things. I think because I feel like the Twitch chat, you can do more with the Twitch chat. I feel like there's like weird... I've seen other Twitch streamers and they have like all different kinds of weird shit on their chat. And then like the YouTube chat is a little far behind with these things. And also, I don't understand what top chat is. Like what it is versus live chat. I just know that some messages, like a lot of messages, end up just not being visible. You can ban people. Who wants to ban people? Anyway. So again, thank you very much, Upside Down. Now, yeah, so that's where I'm at with this. It's just trust me, this thing does more. I am not the world's foremost expert on how language server protocol is implemented, and how we are to best take advantage of the more language-specific stuff that is provided via language server protocol. But there are a few people who have gone out of their way to create a better experience. So things like MVim JDTLS, things like this plugin, the Rust the Rust tools plugin, and actually it's even recommended if you go to the MVim LSP config repository, which is the basic repository for setting up language server stuff. If you go to the wiki and you go to something, there's got to be something here. Servers and containers, project local settings, multiple language servers, linting, language-specific plugins. Okay? So here's language-specific plugins. There's things like MVim Metals. So here's what they say. Is meant to be a basic configuration settings for most language server. The beauty of the language server protocol is most language servers should expose their entire functionality without any special per server treatment. Some servers send requests outside of the language server protocol specification to extend the functionality of the protocol. JDTLS is one example. That's for Java. An ecosystem of per language plugins is forming around NeoVim's core implementation to provide an enhanced experience compared to MVim LSP config. We recommend you install these plugins if you're using the language in question, and these are the recommendations. So there's ones for Flutter, Rust. This is the TypeScript MVim, the one that I'm taking a look. Support for TS servers off-spec features. So that's another concept, right? Language server protocol has spec features. So if we go to language server protocol, right? There are ways that you set it up that, we can go to the specification. There are ways that you set it up to where it's the expected stuff. So you provide expected things over the protocol. Things like a response message, I guess, is basic. whatever this cancellations report thing is, progress support, capabilities. You'll see that in every single one. We'll keep going here. Text document identifier, document filter, position params. Yeah, I'm looking for stuff that's like a little more like closer to home for me. Command, I guess, is another one. Yeah. So anyway, this is the spec, and you can do what the spec says, but you can provide a bunch of extra nonsense on top. And there's also like an experimental section of the spec, so that might be under like miscellaneous or something. I don't know. So, but anyway, yeah. So TypeScript regularly kind of gets off spec, and they were off spec, for instance, for I think inlay hints as well too, from when End was looking at setting up inlay hints with TypeScript. So yeah, I don't really know any language server protocol experts. I'm certainly not one of them, but I get it like at a rudimentary level. Do you know anything about Lua configuration and Flavor? Go through their docs. No. I mean, of course, never mind. As I check the repo, it seems in source you have to write the full path of the source file, and in target the full path where to and what. One second. As I check the repo, it seems in source you have to write the full path of the source file, and in the target full path where to, and yeah, I know, but I don't want to do that. I thought that all of out of spec features go to general menus like code actions. No, it doesn't seem that way. And no, I do know Lua outside, but I don't write Lua outside of configuring NeoVim for the most part. But I'm well aware that they have a doc site. Anyway, so let's keep going here. Now, these are the ones. I don't know what lean is. This is useful. The schema store.nvim. This is for, I think, LaTeX or something. OmniSharp. I think that's for. I actually don't really know. I think it's for maybe C#. I guess this is also for C#, but Unity. Okay, more C# nonsense. ClangD extensions. I guess there's one for that as well. Ionide for whoever the hell's using F#, and then there's also one for Dino. So yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna get back to setting this thing up. It's gonna continue to complain. Where did I put the... What? Oh. Who did that? LVim Lua and user LSP languages. Alright, there we go. Now it's where it's supposed to be, and I think we're okay now. Alright, so we got this going. Yeah, that's what we needed. Require TypeScript, disable, yep, blah, 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 blah. We got the server stuff set up. I think, actually, instead of doing it the Lua way, I'm just going to do it the other way. Because I don't want to put the actual... Like, I get that I like, my question isn't necessarily, like, what those parameters are. Like, I understand those parameters. But, and also, when I'm reading through this, it's not that I can't, like, but it's, like, it's not... I mean, I'm not going to sit here and, like, try to parse what's happening in this 3,000 line transpiled file, right? This isn't a question of, like, do you know Lua? This is a question of, like, a human didn't necessarily write this, right? So it's not like, and I'm not looking to find out, like, the actual, like, way that the code is written. I'm looking for specific pieces of the code, like the vim.api stuff that I found here, which is the interesting part, right? So anyway. So now let's go over here and let's go back down. We're just going to grab the Vim way of doing things. So we're going to grab TypeScript, add missing imports, yeah. And yeah, so maybe we'll actually get the thing started up. We could do that, and then we could go like that, and I wonder if I could like, I think I have like a thing for this, like yank a block maybe. Maybe not. Do I still have it in my buffer? Nope, I don't. Okay, so now let's do, this is kind of painful, but we got to do something like JavaScript. I mean, we could write like a singular thing where we check all the file types in an auto command, but I'm just going to try to keep it consistent. JavaScript.lua, type script.lua, JavaScript React.lua, and then type script ripped React.lua. Right. All right, so let's finish this one up. Let's grab all those. We're gonna just write it in one, then we'll copy and paste it across across all of them. So now let's go to, where's the Go one? That's a good one to start with. You know what? I didn't save it. I did all that yanking. Here, yep. And we're gonna say, instead of Go, we're gonna do, I don't know, JavaScript. And, whoops. And then we got that how we want it, so then we're just going to grab these and paste them in there and call it. A lot of them start with TypeScript. Whoops. I don't know how many there are. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then what's this other one? So we had organize, import. Where were we? Organize imports and remove unused. Remove unused. Is that how you spell unused? I think so. And then the other one was rename file. Rename file. I feel like I missed one. Fix all. And go to, why is that like, I feel like that should be like one word, I don't know. Source definition. Go to source definition, yeah. Now, what should we do about like name? I guess we could just grab like the tail end of these. And we'll do v enter this paste, and that's probably the best way. And okay, so that should be good. Now we just have to change it for TypeScript and all the rest of them. So this is JavaScript React. I'll do like this and do React, and then React. All right, so now we have all of them set up in the different files. I know it's a little bit of copy and pasted code, but whatever. And now we have this. I don't know. I guess we have the commands that we need. If we want to make them synchronous, we can just put the bang in front. Handlers. Okay, the plugin define handlers for off-spec methods that are not otherwise supported. The TypeScript rename invoked after certain code actions when extracting a function to local global scope. Okay. So maybe that's just plugging into the regular way that we're renaming things? I don't know. I don't necessarily understand what that's saying. I think we're good though. I thought, yep. Alright, just joined. Are you doing TypeScript debugging too? Yeah, we're going to try and do that. Did you figure out the Python issue from yesterday's stream? Yes, we did figure that out. So Python debugging works. CV, yeah, I don't know if that... Were they all lined up like that? Maybe if they were all lined up like that, I could do that. I don't know if they were before, but yeah, I guess we could have, like, you know, done what we needed to do that way. Oh, debuggers, how nice are these for the starter.lvim repo, or are going to be on LunarVim main repo? Right now, they're going to be in starter.lvim, but if, like, I don't know, we could talk about it. If we want to, like, build this stuff, like, into LunarVim, we could, and then you'd have, like, really, like, you'd have this powerful way of doing things, but then we'd have to add so many freaking plugins. So, I don't know. I'm not necessarily... It's just... We're never going to have as seamless of an experience as VS Code or something like that, right? Where you can just say, like, you know, give me plugin, and then it just works, and you pass it like a JSON config, right? Like, we could, but I don't know if that's necessarily in the spirit of things. So the way that I'm going to be doing things is these extra special plugins, like you said, they're going to be... This dog. Ugh, man. Anyway, they're going to be in... One second. Okay. All right. We handled the dog. Yes, we figured that out. What is this thing? A dog? Okay. So yeah, they're all going to be in starter.lvim for now. Maybe on install you could ask each language. Yeah, we could do that. We could, but then you'd have to, like, go language by language, and there's so many languages to where, like, I don't know if I'd necessarily want to do it that way just because there's so many. I'm trying to find the best way to do it. Maybe someone will think of the perfect way in the future, but for now, this is something that is at least a million times easier than, like, setting up your whole config and then getting finally to this part, you know what I mean? All right, so now we have that set up. I think we're good. I think we can, like, go test out at least the LSP part of this for now. I think. So let's go to a project. We're going to go to... I don't even know. LunarVim.org is probably fine. Slogan.jsx. Alright, let's see. Looks like TS server started up, and we did turn off TS server, so that should be... We should be using the new stuff. If we do space, capital... What? Did I spell JavaScript React wrong in the file type setup stuff? File type plugin. JavaScript React. And we have this here. Okay, And why is that not firing when I start up that file? Did I spell JavaScript React right? Yeah, capital C is just not here, but do we have like the TypeScript stuff? Looks like that's not necessarily provided to us, so I'm a little confused as to what's happening here. Well, Mason wouldn't necessarily matter all that much in this case. Okay, here comes the dog again. I don't know. Thought Mason was part of the LVim install. It is. Sorry to ask a question not related to your actual talks. I installed LaTeX with LSP install, but when I want to start in a Markdown file, nothing happens. Yeah, you got to make sure it's enabled for that particular file type. You got to make sure you start it up. It may not be one of the ones that we start up by default, so you might need to go check out the docs about starting up a language server. I don't know if we have the docs necessarily for that yet, but you basically just want to start it up the same way that I'm doing for like Go in my config file, and then that should do it. But we'll get docs out for that soon. I'm confused. I'm confused as to why that command is not here. It definitely should have been added. It's right there. Uh-huh. Oh, I didn't like rename these parts, so I'm gonna have to do that too. Shit. It's not that big of a deal because I just grabbed this chunk, but they should still be showing up. JavaScript React. Yes. Alright, what about in just a regular JS file? Okay, we have that. But that's not an editor command, so we also have to figure out what the hell's going on with that. We got the JSTS one up there. Skip that. Common capabilities. Disable commands. False. So prevent. Yeah. Why? I always like find it funny when it's like disable a thing instead of just like, I don't know. Just like I have to think about it like kind of backwards. I don't know. Is this just not being ran? Maybe I need to... I don't know. I don't know, maybe I read the docs wrong. Yeah, common code. Yeah, I am requiring it. This is it right here, and it's definitely being set up this way. I feel like it has to be, right? Like, if we get rid of that, right? See, TS server doesn't even start. Now, when we set it up this way, it does start, so that tells me that we are starting it the right way, but... let's go take a look. This is the setup. Note that the command-specific configuration affects Vim commands, not the Lua API. Yeah, okay. Important you have that. If you have that anywhere in your config, make sure to remove it and pass any options you were. Yep. The plugin exposes Vim commands as well as Lua API. Vim commands are buffer local, so you'll have to access them once TS server has attached. Well, we definitely are waiting for TS server to attach, right? Like, okay, give it time for TS. Well, okay. Okay, so there's no root directory, so maybe that's why it's not starting. Yeah, it's possibly that. And then, you know what? And I guess it doesn't necessarily say that it starts up for JavaScript React. So can I add file types? Interesting. Put together a minimal React project in your previous system and investigate. Well, no, I think it does start up for it, but maybe it's not creating the. Because if we go to back here and we do like index or whatever. Okay, TS server starts. And if we go to TypeScript. Nothing shows up. Now, do I have any like regular JS files in here? Okay, here's one. And TypeScript, nothing. And also nothing in terms of what the hell is happening here? Okay, well, so let's try to do it a little harder then. You know, I think this happened with Python too, and that's why I had the Python stuff there. Huh. Maybe I'll try after an FT plugin, I don't know. But if we go to projects, projects, and then we want to go to lunarvim.org, and then we'll go like here. Yeah, but that doesn't actually describe, what the hell? So now they're here when I put that stuff there? Okay, go to source definition. Go to source definition should probably just be GD. So if we go to source definition on this, I can also GD and it'll do like a similar thing. Yeah, we should probably override GD with that. I forget the specific LSP thing. This is very weird though. Yeah, I don't know what the issue is with that. That's very weird to me. That they just show up now. Add missing imports. I guess it didn't do that. Then again, I don't really know where this is being used, but oh, it's being used over there. Contributor list, like that, for instance. And then if I do space C, add missing imports. Nope, that doesn't work. At least that's what I would have thought it would have done. We got rename file, remove unused. Okay, maybe we can import something unused. Well, value's never read. So if I do space C, remove unused. Okay, that one worked. That's one that works. Go to source definition. Like I said, we should probably override the other thing. Organize imports. I don't know if that will. Okay, we organize the imports. So you need to get rid of the React one. I don't think that's it's not necessary really anymore. Fix all. I don't know what fix all really means. Alright, so they kind of work, but they don't work with the FT plugins. Maybe it didn't add it because it was there already, just commented out. Yeah, it's possible that that was the reason for that, but there still should be some reason that I would still like it if alright, like if we start another thing where we can just do the config. I don't know why this stuff has to be there. Components, clowns, yeah, whatever. Alright. Yeah, like there's no C anymore. The TypeScript stuff is there at least. Okay, so our real problem is the file type, FT plugin files, not loading. For whatever reason. Well, we could just write our own stupid auto command. But I was kind of hoping that this would work. I don't know why this doesn't work. I feel like we can just put our own auto command, but I don't know. It might be the same thing for Python as well. Yeah, the method stuff isn't there. But if we go back to this file for Python, it's all right there. I wonder if we do something like this. We'll delete that. We'll rename this to be after FT plugin. And now we'll try this. I think it's still not there. It's weird that this works for some file types, but not for others. Like, it works for Java, but it doesn't work for this one. It just completely bulldozes whatever's in the FT plugin file. I don't know why. Or just at least it disregards it. How's it going, Seth? Yeah, it would make sense for that too, yeah. I really don't know what the issue is for this, but I think the best way to get around it is just to write our own little auto command and then just not care and just leave. I know I gotta leave Java here and that's fine, but I'll do the rest with auto commands. I think Rust works fine too, and so does some of the other ones. But yeah, oh well. So yeah, let me just go get an auto command from somewhere. So this is a file type auto command with a callback function. This is basically what we want. This one's a little simpler though. So we'll just try it out with Python. Yep, okay. Python. Then I'll go up here in this file. I'll grab this. I'll come back down here. I guess it's easier than having to explain the FT plugin situation anyway. We'll take that there. We'll get rid of that. And there we go. Okay. So it's not that hard to understand. It's just like if the file type's Python, then you do this. But it's not there if we do it. Our auto commands are just completely being ignored for this. That's so weird. When we want to set which key mappings. It must just load before this happens. So I don't think we can add which key mappings this way. As far as I can tell. Well, why are they working? I think they're working with Java. Well, with Java I'm cheating, I guess, a little bit. Because I'm doing it the hard way. Maybe I should just do it the hard way, I guess. I guess this is just how I'm going to have to do it. We want to do it the other way, but when it comes to these specific things, we're going to have to do it this way. There's nothing else that we can do. Because this must be why. Because I'm actually calling which key register at the end of the day. So we're going to have to do it that way. And at least until we come up with a better way of handling it. But I could have swore the Go one was work. One second. Did the Go one never work? I guess the Go one doesn't work either. Why did I think the Go one worked? Oh well. Alright, let's do that. It won't be as bad because none of these are really visual mappings, so... We'll just grab this here. We'll put that... Well, one second. Name, yeah. We'll just put that there. There we go. We don't need visual mappings. We don't need this here. We can toss that. I wonder if the other one worked. Space D. And is there a capital T in there? No, there's not. Okay. Then we're going to have to do that as well. But how do we override then? Because otherwise we're going to have to override all of those things. I guess maybe we'll just keep it inside of the code thing anyway. You know. this is debug test, so we're gonna make this we could just make it a capital T, it doesn't matter. Alright, and that should, yeah, it should be good. Kind of sucks that we have to do it this way, but it's not the end of the world. Nah, I definitely think... I thought Rust was working too. I thought this was working. I don't know why it wouldn't be working now, but, you know. Like if we go into... Well, I maybe should take this out of after, but... What? There we go. Now in Rust, we're doing it this way. So it should all be under C if it was going to be a thing. I thought this was working. I definitely thought this was working before. But it's possible it wasn't. Yep, it's not there. Oh well, it is what it is. I know, I definitely think the same thing, but oh, it's not the end of the world. If we find a way to fix it, then we can find a way to fix it. But if we can't, then it's, you know, it's not the end of the world. I definitely remember this working too, though. It must have been something we did internally to LunarVim, or it probably is something we did internally, but I don't know exactly what that is. All right. So let's go and do the same treatment. Well, we don't have to really do it everywhere right this second. As long as we have the JSTS thing working, which we do, I can go and, you know, do all that stuff, you know, later, how it's supposed to be. What we're going to try and do now is debugging. So we'll give that a shot. You're not crazy. Yeah, I know. I know, even if I am crazy, I still remember that, but it is what it is. Now let's just get this debugging thing out of the way. So mvim dap. And here's a wiki. I don't know if extensions, yeah. Language specific ones. VS Code.js. An extension providing configurations for the official VS Code.js debugger, which runs JavaScript, TypeScript, both in browser and Node.js. That seems like the best one. We'll see how up to date it is, who made it. 15 days ago, looks like it's pretty up to date. Full Node.js support. Partial Chrome support. It looks like Neotest is kind of like all over the place, so Neotest might be a thing to look into in the future. And then maybe Neotest might like standardize how we're actually running these tests. And these are just planned features, I guess, so that's fine. Bugger runs and attaches, however, breakpoints might be rejected for that. Okay. Alright. It's with Jest, Node.js. I'll probably just try to do it the Node.js kind of way. As long as I can install it via Mason. What do we got? Node 2. We got the Chrome one. The JS debug adapter, it could be that one. I've used a lot of these now. I guess we'll have to give that some time. Working on Neo stuff, Neo test stuff as you speak. Yeah, yeah. I feel like I probably should take a look at it. I'm pretty sure I've seen his name other places. I'm trying to like get to his GitHub profile. Never do it. If I click on this though, I think that will work. Yeah. Oh yeah, he did DApp UI. Yeah, that's probably why this is gonna end up becoming a staple as well. It's hard to find like that overlap though between like what is debugging and what is handling debugging and what is handling testing. JS debug adapter is installed. All right, let's take a look at this one. Okay, this is the VS Code JavaScript debugger. This is the one. So that's the one we want. There's the Chrome debug adapter, and then there's the Node debug adapter. But very likely we want this one right here. This seems to probably be the one we want. Plenary, Go, Jest, RSpec, Dartflutter, Test Hat, PHP, Rust, Elixir.NET, Scala, Haskell, yeah. And it's probably going to have more. It doesn't do Java, though. I don't blame it. But, yeah. Yeah, I don't understand necessarily, like, the interface between, like, some DApp plugins and then this testing situation here, because it looks like a lot of the DApp stuff is handling running testing for us anyway. So, I don't know. I think that's probably the issue. Quiet down, everyone. Yeah. I feel like, well, there's times where like a lot of people show up to the stream, and then there's times where people don't. I think in the future when I end up doing all the videos, that's when like it'll pick back up again, you know. But right now it's okay because I don't necessarily need too much distraction, because I do want to get this one done, because this will be a video hopefully coming out soon. As soon as I get this working with, you know what? Now I need some code for testing and debugging and stuff like that with JavaScript. Yeah, we're gonna have to set this up eventually. I just hope I'm not the one who's gonna have to do it. I want to pawn this off on somebody. Maybe to add it into LunarVim core. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Debugger path, debugger command. Yeah, okay, that's all good. And this is the configuration. I'm assuming we don't have to touch that unless we're doing something like Jest related. I don't know. Mocha. Yeah, so we're probably just going to need this one. Wait a second. What the hell is this? Oh, this is an interesting way to install repositories, and then you can point to it and opt. Like, you could just use Packer to install them. I still think Mace is a better solution for this, though. How's the progress going? Progress is pretty good. I just need something to test. I don't really know too much about debugging and writing tests and stuff like that in JavaScript. I write unit tests and things like usually 95% of the time in Java, every now and then in Python with the unit test framework thing in Python. And have I written tests in other languages? Let me think about that. I don't think so. Not really. I've written JavaScript tests before, but they were always for blockchain projects. Yeah. Probably best to say, yeah, that's what it looks like. We need a LunarVim standard unit test for all supported languages in a repo. I agree. Yeah, we need something like that. Just some standard interface, and it looks like that's what NeoTest is going to support. So that would be nice. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of people writing a lot of tests in a lot of different languages. I just don't think it's that common. Alright. I'm glad I'm getting to see how the testing process is set up in each particular language, so if I ever have to go and do that, now I can do it in at least like 5 different languages, you know, once this one's done. But the only ones I've ever really done it in, and now PyTest I can do on top of unit test. But the only ones I've ever really, like, that I'm good at, or really the only one I'm really good at is just JUnit test with Java. Not that testing across, like, not that it would be hard to figure that stuff out, but it's just like I don't know it off the top of my head, so I gotta go find a repository or some like testing thing like Java script testing unit tests or something. Unit tests. Uh-huh. Okay. Functional test, integration test, unit tests. I hear this a lot. We only really do integration tests and unit tests. Oh, they're going to use Jest. Hopefully Jest works for me if I'm going to do that. Is this the test? Okay. Can I just get like a repo? Mr. Guy. Oh. Looks like Jest is pretty popular. It looks like this thing works with Jest, so I think it works with Jest at least. Unless they're a sadist, yeah. So if it works with Jest, PWA node, PWA Chrome, node terminal, these things. I don't know what Jest is in relation to these other things. I don't even know what PWA stands for. Platform with something? With adapter? I don't know. Wait, there is a caveat. I don't want more details at running Jest. I just want to use the Node.js one. Give me that one. Unit tests with Node.js. Progressive web app. Progressive web app. We should compile a repo of the ones you've used thus far. We can use the same ones in the future. Yeah. I'm gonna put that. I'm probably gonna put it on a branch in starter.lvim soon. Right. Yeah, I know. I need like just code where I can play with it and just be like, this is like code that I'll use for videos and stuff like that. Oh, progressive web app is what PWA stands for. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But why is it in there? Mocha, the fun. Is it fun? Okay, unit testing. Yeah, can I just do the... Yeah, Chai was the one I used. No, it probably won't be that simple. Maybe it will. No, because it's testing Solidity code. It's not testing this. It's not just testing JavaScript. I mean, in a way, it is just testing JavaScript, but I don't feel like compiling all the Solidity code. Uh-huh. Manually. Okay. This is a test right here. Alright, does he just like provide a repo? Because that would be really nice if he did. Does anyone here have just like some... Yeah, it's fun, right? Does anyone here have like a project that they've written? Yeah, it looks like that was it. Make me a ticket? Okay. Yeah. We can make a ticket over on the LunarVim work. New issue. We'll call it a spike. Find out if Neo Test is a good addition to LunarVim. Well, actually, that will be part of the AC here. Say LunarVim would like to provide a simple and common or standard interface for testing. Neo Test seems to be blazing that trail. Find out if Neo Test is a good addition to LunarVim. There we go. Find out if Neo Test is a good addition to LunarVim. Implement as core plugin, if so. Submit new issue. We'll pop a Hacktoberfest guy on this. Enhancement. Help wanted. There we go. Yeah. Oh. I gotta change the name, the title here. Neo Test. Should we add Neo Test? Save. You can take it. I wonder if this is the guy. Because everybody's got different names. So I don't know if this is Index Sub-Zero. Yeah, okay. Alright, yeah, give it a shot. I don't know how to assign things to people. Assignee. Assign to, this guy. To our boy Josh here. Josh seems to be active on GitHub. Where are your repos, though? You just don't publish them? I like to see what people are working on. Anyway, so... Alright. Oh, we're almost at 11,000 stars. That'll be cool if we get there. Once it hits 50, it'll say 11,000. We're trying to get past MV Chad. We have to pass MV Chad somehow in stars. How many stars do they have? They're our star rival. Yeah, they almost have 13,000. So we need to somehow get past that at some point. We have to get like 2,000 stars past that. Now, I think if I make a lot of videos, I think it's a potential that we could do it. This would be great under the projects. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Also removing the DAP UI in that fork. What DAP UI in that fork? Oh, is there a DAP UI in one of the forks still? In LunarVim starter? Maybe the closest one I found unit test examples on GitHub. Oh, that might be good. 0 repos. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're all private. Okay. That's fair. I guess you're working on the top secret stuff. Let's try this out. This might be a lifesaver. Is there JavaScript? Yes, there is. Okay. There's a few in here. Go, Java, JavaScript, PHP, Python, R, Ruby, no Rust. It's been here for 5 years, so the Java stuff is probably a little... We should probably create our own version of this. JS. Sums. Okay. This, I remember this. But what packages need to be installed? Oh, it's Jest. Hopefully, well, we'll see if it works. Let's find out. Let's just clone this guy down and we'll give it a shot. All right. What was in get title? Oh, this is like a mock situation. Still uses Jest. Alright, let's get that added in and then we'll give this a shot. So we need... Yeah, because having something... This is the kind of stuff I'd like built into LunarVim. These like broad things that can do a lot of things with a lot of languages, and their concept is like adding a lot of languages to it. That's the kind of crosscut that we want in LunarVim. LunarVim would rather have... I'd rather have mostly crosscuts, things like this thing that's trying to like do testing for a lot of stuff, rather than something like just like Rust tools or NVim JDTLS, because there's nothing like NVim JDTLS is it's not a crosscut. You know what I mean? Top secret government repos, yeah. Help the people that are installing them as well as make sure it works. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it helps us test really fast. So, let's see. Yep, we want this one. We already have NVim DAP. Oh, more dogs. Alright, plug. That's not how you spell plugin. Plugins. Alright, and we'll just pop that there. And now we want to go to JSTS and we want to set it up. So we're going to do our setup here. Node, that should be fine. Debugger path. We got to figure out what that is. We can go and grab the one like how we do with Mason. So we get like the Mason path. That's not here? Really? Weird. There we go. So we'll put that there. We know it's going to be Mason path dot, and then we just have to figure out the path to there. So we're going to do df, and we can just do like that, and then do dot 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 dot. Yeah. So now we just have to find that path. Local share NVim Mason packages. It'll be VS. Well, let's find out what's in here. And what is it called? I forget what it's called. I think it's JS debug adapter. JS debug adapter, yeah. I wonder if it's just called JS debug adapter. I'm going to have to assume that's the case. Mason and then packages JS debug adapter. Oops. Actually, I think we just want the last piece there. I don't know why it's renamed. But okay, that should be good. So now we'll go back to I probably need to install this stuff. Hold up. Alright. P-call? We could have done it with a P-call, but I don't think there's a good reason to do that. Right now, at least. Well, that didn't work. That's what I thought this would have done. Oh, wait. The JS debug adapter is the command. Path to VS Code JS debug installation. Wait. 1 second. I think I named it wrong. We'll just put up another thing. Debug adapter. Yeah, that would have pointed me to this, though, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Let me take a closer look at this. I think I said the correct root folder. I don't know why the hell they renamed this, though. That's also kind of annoying. Well, we could also clone this and then go take a look at what it looks like and then see if we can just match things up. But it's also saying that it's not set up at all, but it should be set up. because like this should have, even if it failed to get the right path here, this should still be set up because we set it up. Do they provide commands? Might have to just go do it from scratch. Yep, we did all this. We ran the setup. Do I have to do this? Oh, maybe I have to do this. I might have to do that. Alright, hold up. And then we'll try this again. Okay. User, what is this? dap.run must be called with a valid configuration. Potentially we did not pass it a valid configuration. Okay, so these are the configurations. This is jest. So I don't know. Maybe we can do that and pass that as a configuration. We just want to toss maybe one of them, and this and that, and is that it? Yeah, we'll see. All right, sweet. That's that. Space DT, space DT. All right, space DC, and we'll run our debug. All right, and so then we can come down here now, and we can step in, step, and continue, and it passed. All right. There we go, we figured it out. So that's 5 different debuggers that we have set up now. And I think that's pretty good. So now with those 5 different debuggers, I'm going to make a video and I'm going to show people how easy it is to debug them. I think it's just like when you make like a video like that, like it's not like that it's like super groundbreaking, because like if you could just say that, oh yeah, it works and whatever, but like if I just say like debugging in 5 different languages, or debugging across 5 different languages with LunarVim or NeoVim or something like that. The 5 languages are going to be Rust, Go, Python, JavaScript, and Java. Those are going to be the 5 languages. So we're going to have debugging and testing and individual test running working for each language. And it's not really, I mean, it's been kind of a pain in the ass for me to set up, but I don't know, maybe I'm dumb and everybody else just like already set this shit up years ago. But I think this will be cool. And then maybe if Index Sub-Zero at some point gets gets Neotest stuff working really, really well, then maybe we can expand this out even more. But I just want to do the video because I think well, maybe we'll do C++ at some point, but then I'd have to go figure out all the unit tests set up for C++. C++ will be in round 2. All right, that's when C++, PHP, what are these other languages that are probably going to be difficult for me to do this with? Mason. And if we go to DAP, okay. So round 2, I will do PHP. I'll do C++. Maybe I'll do Elixir. Maybe I'll do C#. I don't know what. Maybe that's when I'll do the Bash debug adapter too. So I'll do Net Core DBG, I'll do Elixir, I'll do Bash, and I'll do C++, and then maybe one more then. I don't know what this is for. I don't know necessarily what that does, but I'll install it. Firefox one's just going to be JavaScript and TypeScript. What does it say for languages? I guess we'll have to check. I don't know if I'm going to do Puppet, because I just don't know. I don't know. I just don't know what I'm going to do with Puppet. Where's that mock debug one? It doesn't say what languages, yeah. I guess it's just for whatever. It's just mocking or whatever. I don't know what that necessarily does. It might be something interesting. Yeah, I think the top 5 will be okay. I remember this thing, though. Again, I remember, like, this symbol, your username. It still reminds me of a book written by one of my professors in college. I'll never get that out of my mind when I look at this symbol in my signals class. But yeah, so we'll do C++ the second time around, and then the other ones, and then that should cover pretty much. I mean, this is everything Mason has for debug adapters. I mean, we're gonna do most of them. I mean, a lot of these are just more like JS debug adapter and all these other ones. They're just like copies. So let me get rid of the ones that I'm not using. So we'll do X on that one, or capital X. Capital X, capital X, capital X, capital X, capital X. I'm not doing that one. I'm not using that. I am using that. I am using that. I am using that. I'm not using that. Java debug adapter and Java test. JS debug adapter. I am using that. I'm not using that. I'm not using that. Okay. So these are the ones that we're using. And then we'll add in the next ones when it's time. Georgia Tech trauma. No, it wasn't Georgia Tech. This one was from Temple. Georgia Tech, I dropped out of there because I was very bored. I was just like, dude, I would rather do anything but do more PowerPoints. You know, I did not want to do more PowerPoints. So we had to get out of there. It wasn't it. It wasn't it for me. All right, so we're going to do space D, capital U. We're going to get rid of that, space DT. Space DT, space DT, and now we have debugging working in multiple languages, and then I'll make the video on that. I think it'll be interesting. Let's see. I was going to work on a color scheme too. I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of time to work on that in this stream. Maybe I'll do it in the next stream. And that'll give me a topic for the next stream anyway. So I think that's probably what I'll do. So now that I have all of the debugging stuff working the way that I want, I will... is comment configured for JSX? Yes. Yeah, let me show you really fast. So we'll do projects. I'll go to LunarVim.org. We'll go to a JSX file. There you go. See? So you got context-aware commenting. So if I comment up here, it's like a JavaScript comment. If I comment down here, it's like a JavaScript React comment. Now, I do line-by-line comments here. You can configure it if you want to do it by like a block commenting thing, but I recommend you don't do that anyway. Line commenting is far superior in, I think, most ways. Block commenting is like maybe useful for like a title thing at the top of your file, but I can't see another good reason to do it. So anyway, yes, that does work. That used to be a huge pain in the ass for me back when I was first getting into JavaScript and React and stuff, and I was using Vim. Man, I hated that. I had no good way of commenting things out inside of like the JavaScript React section, you know? How do I follow along your configs without going through all the live streams? Well, I mean, you don't have to go through all. You just read it, it's just code, right? So like, I'm distilling how difficult all this shit is, right? So like, I have configs here, and that's about it. So I'll push everything up, and you can just go take a look at my LVim config. And we'll do CC here. We'll do lots debugging junk. Save that, and then we'll push. There you go. And it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Oh, probably there was unmerged changes. If we do a pull. Alright, looks like there is some, what is this? Both modified config.lua, okay. Oh yeah, we do want that. That's fine, that's good. If I go to config.lua, is it going to give me a merge conflict thing in here? Yes, it is. I don't want any of this garbage. What's the problem with this? I think you're full of shit. I don't think there's actually a problem here. There we go. Yeah, there was no problem. Now this one's actually not LazyGit. This one's called NeoGit. I've been playing around with NeoGit lately. Just because it's like more Vim native, so I can like use tabs. I can use these kind of tabs too, so I can just like blow it away like that, you know. And quickly swap between them. So I can go like this, or I can go like this and like go through that tab. Another thing that's cool too is you can do like, you can go to the diffs, check out the diffs kind of thing, you know. And then that's still a tab, so I can like quickly move through these tabs. And then when I'm done with it, I can just be like, all right, get rid of these tabs, you know. So that's why I've been playing around with that. It's on the repo. It's on my LVim repo. So if you go to my thing somewhere, I don't like have it up. It's right here. I'll put it in the chat. That check out Git UI? Not yet. I'm trying to give NeoGit a fair shake. And then after playing around with NeoGit for a little while, I'll maybe try out Git UI. Thanks. Is there a way to toggle ESLint detection and NullLS without changing the config? Trying to think. I don't know good ways to turn it off. But what you might do, and it's not as easy as like a quick toggle, I guess. But what you might do is you might do LSP. You might do like space LI. You know, you got NullLS here, but the problem, like NullLS will start with different things. Like this one is for what you call it. I don't know. I don't know if like two NullLSs will start. I don't know. Anyway, one thing you might try to do is just stop 12. So, or no, ID 3. So you might try to stop 3. So you might go in here and you might do LSP stop 3. Okay? And that should kill NullLS. Or at least I'm pretty sure it should. Yep, so NullLS is not here anymore. It looks like it doesn't care about formatting. It still formats. But that should take away ESLint. And then potentially what you could do is LSP start 3. And maybe then it would start back up, but maybe it was just killed entirely. Yeah, I think it was killed entirely. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything for you there yet. Maybe I can look something up. ABZ is pretty much good NeoTest working as a core plugin. Well, why hasn't ABZ put in the updates then? Where's he been? Why would he put it in his config but not in LunarVim? Lua question. Is there a way to contribute to Lua tables while keeping their order? Oh, to combine two Lua tables while keeping their order. It depends what you mean by keeping their order. Like, do you mean just stack one on top of the other? Or do you mean, like, how do you mean exactly? Like, the first one and the first one would go next to the other one, and so on and so forth? Got a jet. We'll have something for you soon. Awesome. Thank you. But I don't know off the top of my head exactly. Usually when I extend tables, I extend them without caring about the order. So I don't. It doesn't even come to mind. I just want them in there. So I don't know. But I'm pretty sure typically they just stack on top of each other. Ugh. All right. Listen. So next stream, the plan is gonna be to rewrite just a quick rewrite for Tokyo Night, the night version of Tokyo Night. So there's going to be a few advantages to doing this. It will be a lot simpler, so there won't be a lot, and we'll have more control over it. And then also, if people want to install actual Tokyo Night, they can do that, and then they can take advantage of all the stuff without us putting our own tentacles into it, So then they have full access to install Tokyo Night on their own, so they can set it up however they want. And then we're just going to provide a simple color scheme. That's it. So it just starts up the color scheme. It doesn't do any wacky shit. Right now, what we're doing, if we go to .local share, well, actually, let me. So what we're doing is in theme, we have all this shit with Tokyo Night, and we're requiring it to set it up, and we have to do the night version and transparent window and terminal color things, and we have to set the comments equals to italic this way, and the sidebars are going to be dark, and then we have to do all this shit, and day brightness and blah blah blah. This is for users as far as I'm concerned. We are just going to provide a color scheme that comes with it, and then leave me alone. You know what I mean? That's it. And then we'll just name it LunarVim. That way nobody, gets it mixed up with actual Tokyo Night. But we are going to use the Tokyo Night color scheme for the most part. There's going to be things that I change, like there was a couple things I already changed here, but there's going to be a couple other things that I'm going to play around with as well, just to get it the way that I'd like it to look. So it'll just be a forked version of Tokyo Night. Questioning as there, yeah, got lost in a few windows, bad example, but it's hard for me to look at this and keep the order in my head when it's flat like this. I'd like to see it. 1 second. I'd like to have those two tables stacked, like you said, maintain order, just one list on top of the other. You could, I think, so that in the Vim API, I'm assuming you're doing the Vim API. You could do Vim dot. Why is my brain not working? .api .extend, or maybe it's an fn .extend. There is something in here. I just can't remember exactly what it is. List extend, yeah, or table extend. Try these ones. Try list extend, table extend, or table deep extend. It's built into the Vim API, and you can just use this. I would try one of these. I don't know if I can get notes. If you have LuaDev, you can probably get better notes and go to and stuff like that. So try one of those. Yep. We will have the debuggers in LunarVim master branch. Not in the master branch, but on the rolling branch. But pretty soon the master branch is going to be the rolling branch. And then we're not going to have a rolling branch anymore. You'll see. I've been messing around with a few of them. Just keep mixing the orders up. Gotcha. Yeah, try some of those. Maybe one of those works out. Maybe it doesn't, but they're the ones that are built in, so I'd assume they have some sane way of doing it, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, like I said, next stream we're going to be doing that color scheme for Tokyo Night. I'm also going to try and get a video out soon about debugging in all these different languages and just showing that it's possible and it's a thing you can do in NeoVim, LunarVim now. So yeah. So thanks, guys, for showing up. If you want and you're not over on Twitch, you can subscribe over on Twitch. I have like 300 followers. I'd like to get to 1,000 there at some point if possible. That's, I'd like to hopefully get to the affiliate thing that they have over there. But I haven't, I just started streaming on Twitch, so I know it's going to take some time to build up some kind of audience over there. Let's see what else. If you're not in the Discord, if you're not in the Matrix, consider joining these guys. If you have questions or whatever, and like you can ask in LunarVim, and I might be able to help you out. Let's see what else. We are going to be doing the color scheme stream tomorrow. We're going to be using color gen NVim, so that's a thing I wrote in Rust to generate color schemes. Oh yeah, if you want to write a blog or something like that, you can put a PR in. It's just Markdown, so it's pretty simple. So anything interesting you're doing with LunarVim. The new website, this is the new site here. So lots of big updates that are happening, and eventually we're going to have to go in here and truly rewrite the docs, but I rewrote like 30% of them, and we're going to have to do that stuff later. So anyway, yeah, but lunarvim.org, that's where this is. You can also check me out over on chrisatmachine.com, all the socials, all the projects, sometimes blogs, not been one in a minute, but, eventually I'll come up with something here. My LunarVim config, everything I did in this video will be on my GitHub. You'll have to search for it in repositories, but it'll be under LVim. So that's where that'll be. Yeah, we set up debugging for that. Also, if you're not subscribed on YouTube, please subscribe on YouTube, and then also you can subscribe, like I said, on Twitch. So if you're not following me on Twitch, try to do that too, because now we're going to be multi-streaming to both platforms. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to go over before I get out of here. I will see you guys in the next stream. Thank you very much, Upside Down, for all these links. Here are all the links right here. And yeah, don't forget to leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next stream.